Wow, what a day. Thank you all so much for coming. You know, I joined this race because we've got a problem at our border. The federal government isn't doing anything to help us get the border secure. But you know what? We've got the greatest governor in the union. Our governor is so great. He recently won Governor of the Year. I need your help to get me to Austin so I can shut this border down and help the greatest governor in the United States. Will you all put your votes together and help me welcome Governor Greg Abbott.
Give it up for Stormy. Listen, it is great to be back in San Angelo again. I wanted to be here for a lot of different reasons. One was to make perfectly clear to the people of San Angelo, as well as to the people across the entire state of Texas, I am here to endorse and support Stormy Bradley to be your next state representative. There's so many reasons to support her, one of which is that she's an entrepreneur, starting her own business. She has created jobs, and she is part of the Texas economic miracle. Texas has the strongest economy in the United States of America. Texas ranks number one for the most new jobs added in the United States of America. Personal income growth is growing faster than any state, and every year that I've been your governor, Texas has ranked number one for the most new economic development projects. When you add together everything that the people in this room have done, as well as your peers across the entire state of Texas, we have an economy of more than $2.4 trillion a year. As we gather in San Angelo today, Texas has the 8th largest economy in the entire world. The only countries with an economy larger than Texas are the United States, China, India, Japan, the UK, Germany, and France. And by this time next year, Texas will surpass France to have the 7th largest economy in the entire world. I need Stormy Bradley, a business owner, an entrepreneur, to work with me in Austin, Texas, to ensure we keep the Texas economy number one in the United States. Another thing about Stormy, listen, she understands the punishing impact that property taxes has on our fellow Texans. And she strongly supports property tax cuts. If you go back to our economy, there was another reason why Texas ranks number one. Our economy was so strong, this past year Texas had the largest budget surplus of any state in the United States of America. Unlike some other states that may use the budget surplus to spend more and grow more government, we know that money does not belong to the state. That money belongs to you, and we return it to you with the largest property tax cut in the history of Texas. What Stormy knows is what I know, and that is in Texas we call that a good start. What I can tell you, can I tell you something that we can just keep in this room for right now? All right, the trust bond. And that is, we may be on a pathway because our economy remains so strong. We may have, when Stormy is in there this next session, another budget surplus of about $20 billion. And Stormy will work with me to make sure we return that money to you with another giant property tax cut. Stormy is the kind of person who truly is connected and in tune with the values and the principles of the people of the San Angelo area. And we know that you're concerned about a lot of things, and we'll get to the border, but we know there's other things also. we know that one thing sweeping across the country that's threatening even the state of Texas is this radical left wokeism that they're trying to impose on our values in Texas, and we will not tolerate it. Some of you here in this room may have heard of the name of the college swimmer woman named Riley Gaines. So for those who do not know, Riley Gaines has been an elite champion female college swimmer for the University of Kentucky, competing against the very best women in the United States of America and beating them. And then the woke NCAA that regulates college sports, they said that a man who identified as a woman would be able to swim against Riley Gaines in a swim meet. Believe it or not, Riley Gaines tied that man who swam against him. But unbelievably, the NCAA gave the award to the man, not to the woman. So Riley Gaines came to Austin, Texas to work with me to make sure that we passed a law in the state of Texas that I signed saying no men in women's sports. So this is not just that. We see the woke radical left agenda going even into our high schools and middle schools and younger than that. There's the Dallas Independent School District that has a resource guide that they are providing to families in the ISD, letting those families know, and this is kind of crazy, letting those families know how children can change their genders. Let me tell you something. If we have a school district providing a resource guide to families, it should be about reading and writing and math and science and learning how to do it. I know that I can count on Stormy joining with me to make sure we pass a law prohibiting Dallas Independent School District or any school district from doing that in the state of Texas, because we know our schools are for education, not indoctrination. That's just one of the reasons, among others, why I am fighting so hard to ensure that every parent in the state of Texas has their God-given right to choose the school best for their child. This is an issue that is extraordinarily popular in this House district. In this House district, there was a ballot initiative on the Republican primary just last election. And among the voters in this district in the Republican primary, 87% of you said yes, you support school choice. But listen, when it came time to vote on it, when it came time to decide, your current House member, Drew Darby, was against giving parents the right to choose school choice for their child. He voted with the Democrats and a handful of Republicans against school choice. But I got to tell you, I'm going to tell y'all some things that may surprise you. Because listen, I've known Drew for a while, and listen, Drew's a nice guy. But the fact of the matter is, the nice guy that you know here in San Angelo is a different person in Austin, Texas. Because not only did he vote against a Republican priority on school choice, let me tell you what he's voted on. He voted against expanding Second Amendment gun rights. He voted, so he was against expanding gun rights, but he voted to expand, with the Democrats, voted to expand Obamacare in the state of Texas. He voted with Democrats against Republicans more than 600 times, including on crime-based issues. And he even voted to put Democrats in positions of power in the Texas House of Representatives, denying Republicans to have that position of power. So he has won Republican primaries, but when he went to Austin, Texas, he joined with the Democrats. You all deserve here in San Angelo a state representative who's going to vote for Republican priorities, conservative policies. That is Stormy Bradley. That's who you need to send to Austin, Texas. Now, another thing about her that she talked about. The number one issue in Texas, the number one issue in the United States of America is Joe Biden's open border policy. We've been going through this crisis for so long, it may be very easy for people to forget that it was just 4 years ago when we had the lowest illegal border crossings in 45 years. It's because President Trump put it in place 4 policies. Remain in Mexico, Title 42, in, catch, and release, and build a border wall. That led to that reduction in illegal immigration. Well, then when Joe Biden took office, he issued executive orders eliminating all of those policies and instead opening the border to people across the entire world. And now we have people coming from more than 150 different countries. And under Joe Biden, we've had about 9 million people cross the border illegally, including terrorists, drug cartel members, people who have killed our fellow Texans. This is dangerous. We face imminent danger, and that is exactly why I declared Article 1, Section 10. Texas has the right to defend ourselves. So let me tell you everything that we've done. One is Texas has been building our own border wall. It is the exact same wall that Donald Trump put up. But here's the deal. When you look at the amount of wall that we have put up and that's under construction right now, Texas will have added more of the Trump border wall than Trump added in the state of Texas. Y'all remember those big orange buoys that we put into the Rio Grande? And you know what happened? As soon as we put them in there, Joe Biden filed a lawsuit to try to put a stop to it. But I want you to know that as we gather in San Angelo today, those orange buoys remain. That's right. And then there's this razor wire barrier that's proven so successful at denying illegal entry into the United States. It's the National Guard who has been building the razor wire barrier and now adding to it anti-climate barriers to make sure that people cannot enter illegally. And they have laid down more than 100 miles of that barrier.
Wow.
So it's just astonishing. I will tell you this. The Congress has a law actually requiring the President of the United States to put up barriers like that, including fencing, which we have put up. Despite that law by Congress, what Joe Biden did, he ordered his Border Patrol to cut through or to raise up that razor wire and allow illegal immigrants into the United States of America. That is contrary to his requirements as President of the United States. And that's exactly why we were involved in the lawsuit. We won initially to prohibit his Border Patrol from being able to cut through there. And he went to the United States Supreme Court and begged the court, please let me cut that razor wire and allow people in illegally. The court caused them confusion because they did not decide one way or the other, and they didn't really issue an opinion other than an administrative order saying that they were vacating the lower court injunction and then sent it back to the 5th Court of Appeals. When that happened, I felt it very important to let you, my fellow Texans, know and to let Americans know exactly what was going on in the state of Texas and how this court order did not stop Texas from being able to secure the border. And that's when I ordered the Texas National Guard to take over that park in Eagle Pass, Texas, and make sure that the federal government would no longer be able to use it to perpetrate crimes violating laws of the United States of America. And after we have taken over that park, that's an area where there used to be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people crossing a day. That Biden would be violating the law by allowing them in and then sending them across the country. Now, over the past week, there hasn't been thousands of people crossing there. On average, there's been less than 10 people crossing there. Shows that we can secure the border. And I was down on the border yesterday with members of the Texas House of Representatives talking about what we are going to be doing to further expand our border security operations to do even more to secure the border. And let me tell you this, unless and until Joe Biden does his job to secure the border, Texas will continue busing those migrants to San Angelo. Am I getting some different locations to send them to?
Let Ken Buck handle them.
We got a rowdy crowd here today. But listen, know this, and that is what I need in Austin, Texas. I need someone who's going to have my back. Someone that I can work with. Someone that you and I know will go to Austin, Texas and act on her values, which are your values, Republican values, on every single vote that she casts. I need Stormy Bradley to join me in Austin, Texas. She and I are going to form a conservative bulwark protecting the freedom and opportunity that exists only in Texas. She and I will work together to make sure we keep Texas the best state in the greatest country in the history of the world.
Wow, that was powerful. I am in this fight. The governor, like he just said, needs people that are in his corner, that are in our corner, not in lobbyist pockets. I need you to go to my website. I have team dispersed around the room, and we will get you signed up, and we are going to take Texas back.